Well, just when you thought that this gets any dumber, the press is getting hammered by an inept clown because he wants to punish the reporters over the Gulf, naming of the Gulf of Mexico, which is now which the inept clown wants to call it the Gulf of America, and this is what I'm reading from the AP. This is insane. Number one, this is insane. And this is a man who's unfit. This man is completely insane. And let me say this. This is completely 100% real. No bullshit. This guy is completely insane. It reads as such. The title is this. White House says it has the right to punish AP reporters over Gulf naming dispute. This is completely insane. And as we look at it, take a look, read, and as I read this, prepare for vomiting. It says the White House said on Wednesday that news organizations that refuse to use Donald Trump, the inept clowns, new name for the Gulf of Mexico, were telling quote-unquote lies and insisted it would continue to bar Associated Press journalists from political events. This is completely batshit crazy. This man is totally inept. And of course, the inept clown has decreed that the international body of water, which borders Mexico, the United States, and other nations, to be called the Gulf of America. In its influential style book, the AP said it would continue to use Gulf of Mexico while noting inept clown's decision to ensure names of geographical features are recognizable around the world. Of course, the White House outright attempt at regulating language by independent media and the punitive measures attached to it marks a sharp escalation by inept clowns often fought dealings with news organizations. At a regular briefing Wednesday, White House Press Secretary and bullshit Barbie 2.0, Caroline Leavitt, said that it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America, and I'm not sure why news outlets don't want to call it that. Yeah, number one, you don't know. You're number one. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Because in reality, the body of lies, but partially in waters that don't belong in the United States, and that's been called the Gulf of Mexico for 100 years. Yes, it borders on Florida and Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, but it's Mexico and other countries like Cuba and El Salvador. And that's not just the United States. Of course, on Tuesday, AP reporters were blocked from attending events in the Oval Office and the White House diplomatic reception room. While an AP reporter was in the White House briefing room from Wednesday on for Leavitt's remarks, they were turned away at a later event in the Oval Office for the swearing in of Tulsi Gabbard as National Intelligence Director. This is completely insane, which is a completely insane pick. Earlier we they confirmed RFK Jr. as Health Secretary, which is another red flag if they confirmed Kash Patel as FBI Director and serves as Donald Trump's personal attack dog instead of protecting Americans. That will be a major red flag. And I said this before, he'll be out to protect the guys like Stuart Rhodes and Enrique Tarrio and these whack job lunatics, not you. Of course, Shirley Pace, AP's senior vice president and executive editor, wrote to the White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles on Wednesday, objecting to the moves. She wrote, the actions taken by this White House were plainly intended to punish the AP for the content of its speech. It is among the most basic tenets of the First Amendment that the government cannot retaliate against the public or the press for what they say. This president, this inept clown, continues to fight the press. He continues to fight the public. No matter what people say, his ego is always going to take a hit. He's going to fight the press. He's going to call it fake news. This guy's this guy's out of it, people. It's like this in his first presidency, first term. But this guy is lost it. He's out of it. 78 years old. He's gonna be 79 later this year, but the guy is out of it. And of course, you could say when they of course they could say that the White House says say Oval Office access is a privilege. They still don't know what it works. They don't know how this works. They're pretty much in phase 2 of idiocy and autocracy. This is not how it works. Of course, the White House continues. The AP reports continues that the White House has pointed out that the AP was allowed into its briefing Wednesday, but continued to take issue with the style of the Gulf's name. Levitt said, nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. We reserve the right who gets to go into the Oval Office. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Of course, generally, when the press is permitted to cover the White House events where space is tight, a small pool of journalists are allowed in. The AP, which transmits news to thousands of clients, has traditionally been a part of that pool in past administrations. Asked if barring AP reporters was retaliatory, Levitt said that the Interior Secretary has codified the name change in its official documents and said that pretty much every other outlet in this room has recognized the body of water as the Gulf of America. Of course, the move raised alarms among several advocates of the press. Noted attorney Floyd Abrams, one of them, he said, barring an AP journalist from covering an Oval Office event, because the AP has not adopted a President in that clown's change of name to what has been long been called the Gulf of Mexico is an affront to the First Amendment. Of course, a major consortium of news organizations, the Inter-American Press Association, said Wednesday that the White House move was an act of censorship and intimidation that violates the freedom of the press enshrined in the United States Constitution. Of course, the president of the IAPA, Jose Roberto de Ortiz, who is also the CEO and general director of La Prensa Grafica and El Salvador, expressed concern about this measure, restricting press coverage and warning against the AP demonstrates a troubling intention to impose official criteria on public interest in information, while with the threat of reprisals for those who do not comply. Of course, while users of the Google map in the United States will now see the body of water referred to as the Gulf of America. The company said Mexican users would see the Gulf of Mexico. Elsewhere in the world, Google identifies it as the Gulf of Mexico and Google Gulf of America in parentheses. But the AP's decision is influential because many news outlets and other organizations use it as an arbiter of how to consistently refer to things. Some larger outlets have their own rules. Of course, the New York Times said it would continue to use the Gulf of Mexico while noting Inept clowns renaming in stories that discuss that issue. The Gulf, which borders Mexico and Cuba, as well as the United States, has been known as the Gulf of Mexico for more than 400 years. Of course, the Washington Post also said it would also use Gulf of Mexico in most references because it is not solely within the United States jurisdiction, and the name of the Gulf of America might confuse global readers. Fox News said, of course, I like to call it Fox Noise, said that starting Sunday, it would use the Gulf of America in all of its references. Trump also ordered that the United States' tallest mountain revert to the name Mount McKinley after President Barack Obama changed the Alaska peak to its indigenous name, Denali. AP said it would follow the Inept clown's decision because he has the authority to rename areas that are solely within the United States. This is why I despise this administration. This is why I despise this administration. You can say have pride in your country, have pride in your president. Yeah, I have no faith in this guy. I have no faith in this guy. He's gonna fuck this up again, just like he did in his first administration. We all seen it. He let loose 1,500 former January 6th rioters, and they're back out on the street with that official pardon, more likely to do that shit again. And we don't, and these motherfuckers, they'll go on social media and they'll try to silence everybody. He said boycott and stop reposting people like, and you know what? And they say go fuck yourselves. Well, like I said, I'll go fuck yourselves too, because you don't know what these people are, who they are, and what they will do for a living. You're just a guy like I am. You're a guy on camera talking about politics. You have a voice. I have mine. I don't agree with your bullshit. You don't have to agree with me either. I don't have to agree with anybody. I don't like you. I don't like it, and that's fine. You want to fight? You want to fight with me? You want to fight with me? That's fine. You don't, but you better beware. Most of my family carry guns. Most of my family carry guns. They will you come at me. You come at me. We'll come after you. And well, I'll say this: I'm tough enough to take it. I'm more tough enough to take it. To say that I'm not. I'd say, if you don't have pride in your country, you can leave. You're gonna have to put me in a box to get me to leave. Because right now, because I could use my voice for good, while you are using your voice, while people like John Matrix and many others, like in this character, this liberal cheer creator on X and everywhere else, he's using every platform to spread bullshit and lies, and he did that with JoJo from Jersey, Joe Carducci, by superimposing her face on a fat woman who looks like a fat woman from Alabama. This bozo does not care. These motherfuckers, they don't care about it. All they want to do is take your money, and they say, hey, make you mad. Guess what? You're just getting into that rage bait. Personal attacks. I took my fair share. But now, these people try to call me names. Right now, they don't define me. Try calling me names, and I will tell you right up front, it don't fucking define me. But there are people saying opinions are like that. But I said opinions are like assholes. These are two. I have the best and more stronger support system that I ever have. One of them is tough. One of them was once a security guard at Westbury High, which I represent. Which you can see I'm representing right now. Green Dragon Pride. The other is the other is a custodian at the minute, working in the school district and still grinding in the middle school district. Did he let criticism get to him? Absolutely not. He's tough. But you can tell that I get that from them. I get that from them because they suck up for me no matter what. And you motherfuckers on social media are spewing lies and spreading all bullshit and coming up with stupid memes that makes you all fuzzy and warm and everything else. Better prepare for some blowback, pal. Better be prepared for some blowback. I am not playing around no more. And God only knows how hard how I can be tough. I can be tough. But these guys, the MAGA weasels on social media, everywhere they go, they are not tough. They are marshmallow soft. They want you mad. They want your money. And they want to make you so they can make their dicks wet. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much saying. And I can say what I can say. And I've been saying this so long time. I'm tough enough to say this. When you don't care, when they make the money to become this, to spread the bullshit. What I think I would say this. I would be for a crime if I committed a crime that's done bad things. Sure, I go to jail. But at the end of the day, you probably see God. I hope you see God, because God doesn't like bullies, and neither do I. Neither do I. I'm proud of me. I'm proud to use this for the common good and defend myself for because now more than ever I'm gonna use my voice for the greater good. Opinions are like assholes. People everybody has them. They don't care. I'm proud to be we're using my voice for good because I can still use my voice for good. Fuck them. That's all I can say about it. That. Fuck them. Like I said, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. And remember, stay happy and stay healthy and be a good human being. These people are the people who use social media for their bullshit, and this president and this administration. They're not good people. They just trying to make you mad. All rage bait, all the time. Nothing simple. See you next time, folks.